Or also from scouting the opponent. Okay? The first one I'm going to show you is called ProZone. And like Ken said, there's different philosophies behind every program and how they utilize video technology. For us, okay, our philosophy is, can we use video to show guys what they're doing right so they can get positive images in their mind. If you're constantly seeing yourself doing things right, getting in good spots, delivering good passes, maybe it's scoring goals, making saves for goalkeepers, right? After a while, if you see yourself doing that over and over, it begins to stick with you. And then when you're playing games, right, it kind of becomes second nature, the spots you need to get into. Also the benefits of video, right, is you're high up, the video is above the field, so you're able to see a bigger picture. A lot of times, we use the example tonight, Ken and I were talking with Alan, okay, and we're telling Alan, look over your shoulder, where's the space, okay, can you find the spaces to get into? And after, whether it's a training or a game, we can go back and show the guys, here's the spaces you want to get into, right, to make the game easier, and we can help dictate the flow of the game a little bit more. And also defensively, right? We always, for us, we're a high-pressing team. We want to win the ball back as soon as possible. So we can show our guys video clips, whether it's the back four, the forwards, wherever it is, the whole team. We can show video clips of the spots they need to get into and help defend as a unit or again as an individual. So this one's called ProZone. Okay? The thing that's unique about ProZone is it tracks literally every time you touch the ball. Literally every time. Okay, so this is kind of more base. There's two functions for ProZone. Okay, one is very good for the individual player. Because it says what happens with ProZone is after the game, we send it through the internet, they code everything, so we get it back. Every time someone's touched it, they can get it. And also from tendencies from a team, right, it's able to provide information for us so we can see how we play as a team and our tendencies, or a team perhaps will be playing. There's a lot of teams that use ProZone, and the contract we have is that you have different teams that use it. We get their information just like they get ours, but we're able to see their tendencies as well. So the way ProZone kind of works is there's four categories. Okay, you see right here the team sheet, kind of an overview. There's a video section and an analysis. And again, it tracks everyone's touch. So I can literally we'll go right here with Paolo. Okay, we can click on Paolo. So the nice thing is here's Paolo. Okay, the game we played. Every information about the game from the statistical point of view. You have time played for the game. Passes, okay, 88 passes. I talked to our guys today when we did the technical work about touches on the ball, okay. We did today in training the technical part. We did four rounds of 15, so we got 60 minutes in. Literally got maybe probably 1,000 touches on the ball. When we talked about the benefit of being a technical player. Look, here's a 90-minute game, and in 90 minutes, Powell had 88 passes, which, quite honestly, that's a lot. That's a lot for a game. Okay? Now here's what's even more impressive. In this game, 88% of his passes were completed. Okay? That's a great stat. Now here's for us, right? Now we got to figure out, okay, 88% of your passes are completed. Now are they effective passes? Because maybe somebody, right, played negative every time. Maybe they played backwards. So with this information, okay, we can get stuff like final third entries. Huge. Right? You're a player, Powell plays center midfield, you play the holding midfielder deep, okay? But from this we can see, okay, how many times is Powell playing forward into the final third? In this game, say we get it back and only have one, right? We can go back and look at it and say, okay, Powell, just statistically speaking, right? You only play one ball to the final third. We need to get more out of it. And so this can provide us, a reason to have a conversation with them, and we can go back and show video. Penalty area entry, so now it gets even more specific. We have final third, now the penalty area, right? And then, which is great for this game, out of his 12 entries into the final third, 7 of them were into the penalty area. So again, he's from a deep midfield spot, he's having a good impact on the game. And it continues going down. Throw-ins, which is not big for him. Average tempo. Who knows what this means? Because the number there, 2.64. Any ideas what that number is? Anyone? Yes. Absolutely. How many seconds, okay, he's on the ball before he plays it, right? And, this is something I've been doing a little research on. I've seen stuff for guys from Barcelona, okay? It's like 1.8, 1.9, right? Now, obviously, Barcelona, everyone's known, they're known for playing 1- and 2-touch soccer, right? So for this is something as we evolve this next fall, we can look at it and get an idea of, after, a game, Ken and I can look at it and say, we thought we had an impression that we moved the ball pretty quickly, and after a while, we can start getting an average of, for us as a team, what does that number look like? This was just one game, so for Paolo, on average, they had 2.6 seconds he was playing the ball, right? I think that's a pretty good average, again, for a high-level college player. That's a very good average. Average number of touches, again, this is great, 1.9, right? With us, we do a lot of exercises that are 2-touch, okay? So here you see the benefit of why we do 2-touch games. Okay? He's basically taking 2 touches every time he gets the ball. Right? So he's getting it, play it, get it, play it. So when your coaches, and you go back to your training environment, your coach says, okay, 2-touch, and you put your head down and say, oh, why are we playing 2-touch? I like to, all my touches on the ball. Here's why. In the high-level games, that's about the average. Okay? You're averaging about two times every time you get it. Okay? Average number of passes per shot, so that's kind of for Paolo, defensive midfielder, not a big stat. For other forwards, we can look at that. Passes that are forward, this is a great one. Okay? A lot of guys say, I keep the ball, right? But if you're always keeping the ball playing backwards, there's times for that for sure, but to score goals, which way do you have to go? You got to go forward. So again, this is great from information for us, and it strikes up a conversation with the guys about are they playing forward or backwards. And it goes on and on. Passes attempted, opposition half, shots out of the area. Everything we want, okay, is all on here. Tackles, okay, 9 tackles. Interceptions, great stat. All right? Again, we pride ourselves on defending. It's a huge part of our game. Okay, defending, work ethic, and breaking up plays. So in this game, he had 11 interceptions, which is great. And it continues to give us more stats. Clearances, fouls. All right? 1 foul for 90 minutes. Now you can sit there and say, is he being aggressive or not? Okay? But that's something we go back to the video and look, and we can have an idea of was he being aggressive enough, which is great that he only gave up 1 foul for the whole game. And obviously we were there, so Kay and I know what this game looked like. It was a very aggressive game. It's against a good opponent, Lindsey Wilson, which is it's a national champion team in the NAIA, right? And a big part of our defending is if we got to defend properly, proper defending is not fouling. So he had defensive midfielder in the thick of it all, and for all the guys who play with Paolo today in the camp, you guys know how aggressive he is. So he went through this one game under control and only had 1 foul. We'll go back to the team sheet here. So again, here's now, this is just kind of more for the whole team. Okay, so just pure information, 3 goals, okay, to 1, we won 3-1. Okay, our shots, great stat, we had 14 on target. 14 shots, 10 are on target. Here's a great stat. If you've been watching the Euros, you've been keeping track of a lot of this stuff. We had 554 attempted passes, okay, 482 completed. So for a game, high-level game, 87% of our passes were completed, okay, which is fantastic. And again, all the information we need, crosses, final third entries, penalty area, okay, fouls, okay, everything, and then possession. Our philosophy is, look, if we have the ball, the other team can't score. So again, in this one we had 62% of possession. Barcelona had an amazing stat. It finally got broken in one of the games this past year. Every game they played in the last 3 years that Pep was coaching them, except this one game this last season, they had over 60% of the ball. Every single game. Right? And obviously Barcelona's been the best team in the world the last 3 or 4 years. And their philosophy is, look, if we have the ball the majority of the time, that means the other team can't score. So that's an impressive stat right there as well. Okay, so here's an analysis. Okay, so this is our team. Okay, so this is receiving distribution. So the blue, okay, is passes completed. Red is passes missed. So this just gives us an overview of what it looks like for a game. Let me do. Now this is actually, that last one was just for the half. This is the whole entire game. Okay? So you can see again this at the bottom. What's that? Okay, this is. Well, we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. Okay, so again at the bottom, successful passes, okay, where it's at. We can even give more detail, okay, attacking plays. Okay, these are all shots. And we can kind of break it down however we need to on this. Now the great thing about this as well is we're going to go here to passes, okay, and we'll just hit, these are just our successful passes. Right? So from us, right, we can see, okay, obviously if you look at this probably going to tell you that we like to build on the back. Right? You can see how much emphasis we put on keeping the ball built on the back. We can go into more detail. Okay, these are all our forward passes. Okay, and then the great thing about this tool is we can literally, I can click on one of these arrows. Okay, and it pops up. Okay, now, right, so now you're starting to see all the oohs and ahs are coming out. Okay, now you're starting to see the benefit of this software. Okay, so again, right, stats are great, information is great. Okay, but now we can go through a game if we want to see specifics. Okay, where was the pass played and what did it look like, and we can go through and we can click on it and it'll show us exactly what that pass was. So again, maybe in here. Right, again, here it is in the final third, little combination play. Okay. It gives us an idea where it was at. So again, whether it's a team or an individual, we can bring guys in, show them this, and then break it down. Okay, so now we can go back into here, and also as individuals. Okay, so this is Will Vitalis. Will's here in the camp. He's an attacking player, right? And I can pull up his clips, and as well. Now these are going to show what Will's doing. Right? So again, now on an individual basis, we can call somebody in, and we can sit down with them, and we can go through all their clips as well. Okay, so we can go back to here. And also on this section, okay, so then we go back to Paolo. These are all the areas he's receiving the ball. Okay, and the same thing, if we want to click on it, pull it up, and this is Paolo now receiving it, and where he's receiving it. And we can go through this and show them as well. Okay. Okay, so now we can get from all the information we need is all right here. Any number we want, we can have a look at it. And here's this is kind of a neat thing we have. It's called a passing grid. So we can go through any player we want. So again, we're just going to stick on Paolo since we've been talking about him. And we can see, all right, so between Paolo and Greg Cochran, okay, 9 passes. All right, Paolo's left footed, Greg Cochran's our left back, so we can do that. We can go from here, Daniel Keller. Daniel Keller also played deep in the midfield. All right, and maybe we can go, we're going to go to Will. Okay, so we want to say, maybe after the game, we want to sit down with Paolo and say, okay, we want to see how much you and Will are connected with each other. We can go this passing grid. So from a number side, we can say, look, Paolo, you passed the ball to Will 10 times. We can click on that. It'll show it, okay, exactly where those passes were. You can see. Then we can go, we can export to clippings. So it goes passes. So Piccolo to Vitalis. And I'm going to set it up 5 seconds before Paolo gets the ball, and then 5 seconds after he plays it. Okay. And then we can go to our video, okay, and then we can go to our clippings. All right, so now right here, okay, we can kind of find anything we want. We have all Paolo's clips, Will's clip, okay, passes from Del Piccolo to Vitalis. Okay, so here it all is. Okay. Okay. And now it's going to show all the passes that Powell played to Will. Alright? And so we can, anything, however we want to use it as coaches, we can break it down with this tool. So it'll go through it. That's Powell on the ball. And that's Ryan. So it gives us an idea of how we're playing and where the ball's going. And this is always, so it's always Powell on the ball, starting it, and where he's getting it. Alright, so you guys kind of get the idea from there. Okay, so with this tool, we're able to break it down any way we want. There's tons of information on it, obviously. So Doug Bruce, who's obviously at this camp, we're very fortunate. He worked for Middlesbrough in the EPL, when they were in the EPL for about 4 years. He's actually on staff now, and he's taking this to a whole other level. And what's going to happen for us in the fall, there'll be a game, we'll send it to ProZone, they'll break it down, and then Doug will be able to say, okay, Ken, what are you looking for? Okay, what kind of clips do you want? Or, you know what I mean, you say, Mario, who do you want to meet with? And Doug can set it up. And then we can, again, for Ken and I, for Jeremy, for all our staff, we can sit down and break the game down any way we want. And on the flip side, depending on who we're playing, okay, we can get information on the teams we're playing. When you saw that team breakdown with all the arrows, we can figure out, what their tendencies. We can even go farther. It'll have, who has the most passes completed, who has the most shots. And then we can pull up their shots. How are they receiving them? So now tactically we understand what a team looks like and then how we can kind of prevent them from playing. Any questions at all on this one? Again, this is called ProZone. Another benefit for sure of this is, yeah.
How is this all tracked? How is it data?
It's what happens from a technology side of it. It's all coded. So the game's recorded, okay, and they literally they upload it to ProZone's website, and they have guys who literally sit through the game and they're coding it. So they have the roster, they have the numbers, and every time again somebody touches the ball, literally they're coding it. They send it back to us, and it's all coded, and we have the information. Does that make sense? Hold on, guys. Hold on. There's questions being asked. Yes.
Is it really expensive to do that?
What's that?
Is that really expensive to have it done?
It is. I mean, we have the resources, but it is expensive. To give it an estimate, it's over about $500 per game to do that. So it's a great resource that we're lucky we do have. I can tell you, I mean, not every program in the country has this at all. I mean, we're very fortunate to have it. Yes?
So would you do this with just opponents that you would worry about, or every opponent?
If we can't get it, we scout every opponent we play. Again, it's up to Ken and I to dictate how much information we give the players, though. Like, we're not going to sit down with our guys and give them, okay, here's every one of their touch and all that. We're looking for tendencies. You know what I mean? We might show them a few restarts or a little bit of the tendencies from their playing side of it. But it's up to us as a coaching staff to figure out, we get this information, we watch it, right? Now for the week of training leading up to a game, what are the points that we're trying to relate to our players that they got to be aware of for the other team? That's a really good question. I mean, some of you guys might play with coaches, they might give you a ton of information. We just try to give our guys enough information that we feel they need to be successful in the game. Any other questions? Okay. Now we have a second program we use. Because that program is great for individual players and pulling things up statistically. The other one we use is called Sports Code Game Breaker. Now the nice one about this one is from a group side of it, from a team shape, okay, from team defending, from group defending. Okay, we're able to code this one. This one we code ourselves a lot of the time. Okay, we're able to pull stuff out more from the team shape side of it. So I've been, with all the Euro games going on lately, I've been making clips. And I have right here from the final game, Spain and Italy. Okay? So with this one, it's more kind of group play. And what we do is we go through this, we go through our games, and we show guys, again, might be the back four. ProZone, the last one, it's very hard to pull up clips, and we want to show guys the back four, wide play, midfield play. It's very hard on ProZone to do that. Okay, so with this one, we're able to show more group side of it. Again, if we want to do the whole team, we can show them as well. So I went through this game, and just to show guys, so we have here wide play, the back four, so we're able to we watch the game, we make these little code marks, and then we can make a little bit of a movie, you could say, out of this. Okay, so here it is. These are all clips on the back four. So you see here Spain. It's all focused on Spain. We talked about our older group today. No pressure on the ball. Right, so here's a great clip. Italy has the ball. It's Cassano wide. No pressure on the ball. His head goes down. He's about to serve it. Okay, so now this is a cue for the backs to do what? To drop. Okay, so now we can show our guys that. Okay, down here, Cassano, head goes down. You can see the two center backs for Spain dropping, and then they win it. Okay, so now again, we talk of a teaching tool, right? This might be our own guys, all right? And we show them clips after the game. Here they are. Here's the game. You guys did a great job right here. You took a touch, you turned the hips, you drop it, and we win it. Here's another really good one. Okay, we do a thing called box defending, right? What it means is defending inside the box when the ball goes wide, right? And one of the things that's huge in box defending is, one, not chasing out too wide and leaving your spot, turning the hips so you can see the whole play. So you watch here the center backs, okay, for Spain especially. I think this is PK who's already started to turn his hips, looking for the forward. Ball goes wide. Okay, I think this is Sergio Ramos. Quickly the ball goes wide. He starts getting his hips turned. Right, that way they can see everything. Right, and they can see this comes in and does it. So it's a great clip for our guys to see at the highest level. Ball goes wide. They get the hips turned. They're dropping, and they can see everything. This paints a very vivid picture in someone's mind of what it should look like. Again, our group this morning, we did the functional play defending. So here's the line, one steps out of it. Right? Does that look familiar for our group? The little triangle. Again, another good clip for this learning tool to see what it looks like. They hold the line, and you can see they catch them off sides. And here's they show another angle of it. Right? Dropping together. One comes out the pressure. They hold the line, and they catch them offside. You can see the benefit of using a tool like this. Right, just more a defending clip after the ball gets cleared, Spain getting up and pushing up together. So on ProZone, it's very difficult to use that for a group setting. I'm going to show just a little bit more. This is always, I play center midfield, so this is a lot of my favorite clips, is kind of the shape of the midfield, right, and the speed of play. You can see here again, just from Spain, we talk about Barcelona, obviously a lot of players, just moving the ball, touching it, play, getting out of pressure. Right, for a lot of the older guys, we talked about the deep midfielders facing the play when they're attacking. So you can see Xavi Alonso, Busquets, who are fantastic at it. They're facing forward. So tonight, again, we're talking to Alan, Alex, and Shane, right? The guys who are playing in the oldest game deep in the midfield about body position, right? Now, it's one thing coach is constantly telling you, but now afterwards we have a game or we have a training, and now we can pull the guys in and say, all right, here's what we're talking about, right? Look how much space you have. Again, we show them clips at the highest level so they understand what we're talking about. In a clip like this, these two guys backing out of it provide space in here for Iniesta and Xavi and those guys to do what they need to do. And again, now, Alan, we were talking about facing forward when you get the ball. Right now, you're facing forward as the center midfielder. And you can, again, the benefit of this tool is painting a picture for it all and what it looks like. Defensively now, right? Spain stepping up a little higher. What does it look like defensively for the midfielders? Right? So working in pairs, one's here, one's underneath, taking off passing lanes, right? And we win it. There it is again. Two holding midfielders underneath, working in tandem. We go through it, and it ends up going out. So what happens is we're able to save a lot of these files, and then what we can do is for our guys. So we have all these different files that we can use. So we'll go here right real quick, the last one. So now we can pull up, team shape. Now this is our team. All right, so now for our guys, this is how we use it. So after the game, you guys come in and we show the video, and this is just team shape. It can be defending team shape or attacking team shape, and we can break it down about what it looks like. So we're in the red. So you want to press in. Again, we're very aggressive. We want to win the ball back as soon as we can. And this is what it looks like for us. Now when we win it, what do we do? What's the shape like when we win it? Right? And one thing we talk about, guys, is defending is work. So the reason we put this clip on there is, look, we want to win in the first few passes, but if we don't, we still got to do the work, right? So we're just trying to paint the picture is, look, they might have it for a couple passes, but we still got to work and make sure they're not going forward. And there we go, okay? So now the ball goes out. So it's just, again, it's a tool to paint the picture of what it looks like, right, in different ways. And we can paint the picture any way we want. And we can show them clips, repressing. So we can show a couple minutes of what it looks like after we went, we lost the ball, how fast do we repress the other team, okay? Or it could be like these are clips about us high pressing and where we want to win. So with these two tools, you're able to see that we can do a lot with it. But one thing I want to get a point across is we're trying to paint pictures for our players, okay? Positive pictures in our minds. If you don't have this, okay, now I know almost everyone in this room probably doesn't have the people of doing this. How else can you do something like this for yourself mentally? Give me some ideas. Because like it's one thing, it's great that we have it, but you guys go back to your house. Okay? How can you do this? Yes, Tyler.
Start watching like in person, like at a higher level, professional game videos, watching the positions you play, watching them.
Right. Okay, so absolutely, right? You know what position you play. Who has a DVR system at home now these days? Okay? Right, we all do. Do you watch a game? Ken talked to us about this the other day. Are you watching the game as a spectator? Okay? Are you trying to learn? Right? There's times, look, we all love the game, so it's great to watch it just for the excitement of it all. Okay? But you can also break a game down with your DVR. Okay? Find out, what it looks like. Find your favorite player and watch him. Create those pictures in your mind. And how else can you do something like this? There we go. Okay? Everyone nowadays has some sort of video camera. Okay? Have your parents sit high up on the field, right? Are we filming from the ground level or high up? Okay? Have your parents sit high up on it, whether it's a football stadium that you guys might be playing in a park, somewhere you can get elevated. Have them sit high up and watch it. And what you can do is, maybe you watch the whole game through, and then you yourself can cut the clips. Cut your positive clips. You receiving the ball. You get it. When you get it, what are you doing with it? If you see yourself, maybe you get a couple clips of you looking before you get it. And watch that. Watch it over and over and over and create that picture in your mind of what it should look like. And guys, I promise you, okay, one thing that I've learned from Ken, and it's so true, and you might not realize that you might be doing it now, is you visualize that every single day. And and that becomes ingrained in you. So now when you're playing, it becomes second nature, and those images stick in your mind. Any questions at all from you guys? All right.
Can we give Mario a round of applause?